Do you remember when we were at?
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, I'm going to keep it short.
Don't.
No, I'm not going to say it all, but this guy.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Howler here. If you don't know, now you know. And
It's Dan.
we've got a visitor. Dan.
I'm back.
Dun, dun, dun. So today's video we are talking about
The cultural differences.
the cultural differences.
I don't know, the benefits and
Are there any benefits?
struggles.
Are there any struggles?
Spoiler.
There are no struggles.
There's no struggles.
There are no struggles. Firstly, the main difference between us two is culture. And not that I'm black and he's white, but rather that I am African and he is
British.
That is our main difference. Within the Ugandan culture, I guess, we do things differently to how these guys do things. We are very traditional, we are very cultured, and things must be done in a certain way, as I'm sure many Africans can attest to. Whereas Dan's culture is very relaxed and...
Yeah, well, it's...
Is there a culture?
Yeah, our culture is now a mishmash of many cultures.
Yeah.
Over generations.
Yeah.
And we have our cultural norms and things, but they're just not as pronounced in certain ceremonies and clothing and things like that as there is in other cultures around the world.
So one major point that stuck out when we were first dating, when we first started dating, was how Dan was going to address my mum. When a couple get together within the African culture, I guess, the partner calls the parents auntie or uncle, right? You get it?
Yeah.
But with my mum, we didn't know how to go about it. We didn't know what Dan was gonna call my mum. I don't even remember whether I said call her auntie or call her this. So when Dan came over, I guess you just said, hi Fatima.
Yeah. I can't really remember, but yeah, I think it's just hi Fatima.
Hi Fatima.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My mum, he called her by her name. And I was like, what are we doing?
She didn't seem too interested in me on the first day that I met her.
She wasn't really that interested in Dan. Well, not that she wasn't interested, she liked to play it cool. She didn't really want to like jump on the guy. She's relaxed.
Ugandans like to play it cool, like to seem, you know,
all reserved and stuff.
Up here like, okay.
Yeah, no, but my mum is not snobbish like that.
No, but they play a bit hard to get.
They do.
And your mum's not like that.
She's not like that at all. She's very, very nice. So Dan addressed my mum as Fatima instead of auntie. And when I went to his house, I was like, what do I call your mum? And he said, call them by their names. So I'm like, it was so weird. It really was weird. Particularly because I'd never met anybody's parents. Oh my God. His parents were the first parents that I met being in a relationship. So when I met them, I referred to them by their name, which was very weird. But I did it. And from then on, I just refer to them by their first name, and Dan refers to my mum by her first name.
I Britishized your mum.
He Britishized my mum, whatever.
I don't think it's a word.
I don't know. Another cultural difference is that when we greet in Uganda, we kneel down to greet our elders. However, in
my culture, we generally, you generally put your hand out to shake their hand.
Yeah, you're shaking your parents' hand.
Well, I thought you meant like first time meeting.
Yeah, well no, even just generally, like every day.
Yeah, so generally you would, in the British culture, family, you would greet with a kiss on the cheek and a hug. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Whereas me, like every day when I wake up in the morning, if I'm at home, I'm kneeling down and greeting my mum. Kneeling down.
You don't kneel down.
I kneel down.
Every day?
If you greeted my mum standing up, how would I begin? Even in public, I will kneel and greet my mum. when I wake up in the morning at home, I kneel and I greet my mum. And even when we went to Uganda, did I not kneel and greet people there?
Yeah, but that's because you're playing the culture.
I'm not playing the culture, that's our culture, it's not playing the culture. Anyway, so the etiquette is to kneel and greet our elders, and my siblings kneel and greet my mum as well, even though they were born here. We are instilling that culture in them. However, when I go over to Dan's house, I'm just like, hi,
Hug, kiss.
Yeah.
One, maybe two.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Just
sit down.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, yeah. I
Cup
get.
of tea is part of a greeting.
Yeah, I get
a cup of tea.
Get offered a cup of tea. In the Ugandan culture, the kids, the youngins, are the ones who really mainly do the house chores and the cooking. At least in my household, I did a lot of cooking and a lot of cleaning. My mum does it as well, but mainly it's kind of a shared. It's a shared task. It's a shared. What do we call it? It's a shared
endeavor.
It's a shared thing. When we're at your house, you don't do chores. Dan doesn't do chores.
But I'm a guest
We
at my
sit.
house.
You're not a guest at your house. We sit, and this guy's mom will cook and she'll prepare everything, and then she'll say, kids, the dinner's on the table, we'll eat, and she'll still tidy up after. You do some dish loading like after dinner, but it's not really, you must do it.
No.
So it's a very relaxed household in that sense. Which culture has the best food?
Well, so the British culture, like, obviously has its staples. The nice roast, which I do enjoy.
Depending on who's making it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the only roast that I really eat, apart from pub roast or whatever.
Because you guys are vegetarians.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then other stuff, all our other like famous dishes now are like other cultures' dishes. So like the great thing about British stuff is that it's just like the whole world's food.
Indian, Chinese, Italian, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Okay, so who has the best food? Your culture or my culture?
Yours.
My culture has the best food. He can attest to that.
Yeah. If I could only eat a single dish,
it would be
a Ugandan dish.
Cooked by
yours truly.
Perfect. I cook a varied diet for Dan. I make Ugandan food and I make British food, as in curries and and roasts and noodles, that kind of stuff. But I really do make sure that I make Ugandan food as well. Like, what's your favorite Ugandan food?
Like chicken gizzards.
Okay.
A turkey. Chicken liver. Chapati.
Okay.
I always like the stew. The red roasted, oven roasted chicken. The beef pot, the beef stew is nice.
The pilau rice that we make.
Pilau rice, yeah. There's a
tilapia.
lot of deep fried tilapia.
When we go to Uganda, guys.
Boy.
Woo!
Oh, I forgot about that. I haven't had that in so long. If you get it fresh out of the lake in Uganda, oh my god, whole fish just
amazing.
Both sides.
Dan will be there with the bone. I have video evidence. I'll show you guys. He'll be there with the whole fish bone, like
Uganda, the food on the meat on the stick.
Oh yeah, muchomo, nyama chomo.
Oh mate.
Nyama muchomo.
And then the plantain.
And the plantain. If you're going on a long distance kind of journey, there's always on the side of the road somewhere a place where they roast meat and they do gonja, they do plantain, grilled plantain and chicken on the stick, meat on the stick, and what else? They do drinks, water. So it's basically the equivalent of a petrol station or what do you call petrol station? Yeah, or like a service place.
Service station, yeah.
Service station. That's the equivalent in Uganda. And you stop off and all these people run and like shoving their meat in your face.
Come through the window,
Yeah.
and you just have your pick of. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, and they have chicken liver on the stick. Oh. Anyway, that's
And insenine.
oh yeah, Dan likes
I love
insenine. They're like these grasshoppers.
Yeah, small grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Mate, don't write them off. You think you like crisps? You ain't tried insenine.
Oh yeah, we're trying to sell it. Dan eats everything, every single meal in Uganda. He loves, no, you don't love cow feet, but he's tried cow feet.
Yeah, cow feet.
I wouldn't eat it now.
There's nothing in it.
It's all rubbery and gummy.
Yeah, there's no flavour to it. There's no point.
I wouldn't eat it. Dan ate it.
I don't really eat posho or.
Yeah, basically
cassava.
ugali. That's the equivalent. He doesn't, or fufu. He doesn't really like that, but he likes everything else. He'll eat everything else. So yeah, that's. Ooh.
Rolex.
Rolex.
Mate.
The Ugandans know about Rolex. This video has turned into a video about food.
Rolly.
So in Uganda, guys, we eat Rolex. Okay, Ugandans know.
Yeah.
A Rolex is
It's
a bit more energy.
It's better than any watch Rolex has ever worn. It's chapati, nice fresh chapati, yeah. Fried egg in there, grated cabbage, chopped tomato, all in there. Bit of lemon juice. Roll it all up, mate. Perfect breakfast.
It is the bomb.
Perfect. And then you just go, oh, the fruits out there, man. The mangoes, the avocados,
Yeah.
you've got papaya.
The pineapples.
Pineapples.
Oh my
mate.
god, are the sweetest.
And then you get like the juices, the fresh passion fruit juices,
Yeah.
the mango that we make.
Oh,
Mate.
sugar cane.
Oh, the sugar cane.
Oh,
It's just
guys.
heavenly. Guys, you don't know what fresh food is like, man.
It's turned into a.
If you're watching from the UK or the US or anywhere in Europe,
Go to Uganda.
go to Uganda or somewhere in Africa, and the food is fresh. Everything
Yeah.
is travelled no more than like half a day to be on your plate.
It's super incredible. This has turned into a food video about Uganda, but it isn't. So we say all of that to say that Dan really, really loves Ugandan food. Another cultural difference between us, what would you say?
Ceremonies.
Don't even get me started. So, ceremonies. Wedding wise, let's just go with weddings because those are the most like common things that we can both share. Weddings in Uganda, you have two weddings. You have a traditional wedding and then you have the white dress wedding. With the Ugandan introduction ceremony, the man's family goes over and visits the woman's family. It's this big hoo-ha, starts from early in the morning until everybody falls asleep, which is the next morning to morning basically. And you just sit there and people talk and entertain and various people come out and dance and show off. They change clothes like 5 times. That's the bride changing like 5 times, and then all the other parties, and then you eat. It's a long ceremony. That's the introduction. That wasn't the wedding. In Luganda it's called kwanjula. Yeah, you're kwanjularing. Kwanjula means you're introducing your man to your dad's side. The white dress wedding, it's just copying
It's just an extra day to put on a white dress, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's pretty big as well. It's very big. It's equally.
But it's just like, it's something that they've tagged on to the end in recent decades probably.
Yeah. No, my mum had a white dress wedding. Yeah, it's been around for a very long time. Since I guess we were colonized, we started wearing white dresses. Anyway, and yeah, so that's the Ugandan way of doing things. And then your guys.
Everyone knows the Western way. You just rock up at the church.
Yeah.
do your little dun, 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 whatever it is.
We do that.
And then you go off somewhere to eat some food and party until whatever time.
Until you don't have the venue anymore.
Yeah, until the venue says you've paid, you've had your time, go leave.
Get off, it's time.
And you know, there'll be a few speeches, all that kind of stuff. It's, you know, it's the fairly standard. That's what most people do.
The Ugandan weddings are a big hoo-ha. Everybody comes, the whole village basically comes to the wedding. We don't have, oh, I'm inviting 20 people. Oh, how many are you inviting on your side? We don't have a limitation to the number of people who are invited. Every Tom, Dick and Harry eats.
That it goes on.
Or the time that it starts, or the time that it goes on.
It's about 24 hours.
That's the Ugandan wedding.
Yeah.
Dan is not interested in the Uganda. Do you know what? I don't know. No, I'm not going to say that.
Just because I'm not a big fan of weddings.
Yeah.
They go on a long time.
Yeah, the Ugandan ones go on a long time. So
a long time.
The plan is
talking. Too many sets of bridesmaids and groomsmen. Talking.
Guys.
Talking.
Your teacher, your primary school teacher, talks at a Ugandan wedding. I knew this one was going to be something in life. I just knew it. They'll give a whole speech. An uncle that you don't know will give a whole speech and you're like, who are you?
And the Ugandans, they haven't been on speech giving courses. They know how to labour a non-point. Remember the one we're at? Do you remember when we're at?
Yeah,
And he said, I'm going to keep it short.
Don't.
No, I'm not going to say it all. But this guy, and he was doing it.
Daniel, don't say
it. No, I'm not saying it, but he's doing it in English.
Yeah.
And he was talking, and the MC had said, like, we have, you know, some time to get through it.
Enough.
And he was meant to have 5 minutes, he had like 25.
Daniel, okay. Basically, Ugandan weddings are very long.
They're a strung out affair. They can be condensed a lot.
Another cultural difference is family. When in Uganda, everybody's family. Your cousin and your cousin's cousin and your uncle and your uncle's uncle and your this and this. People you've never met before. It's not just the immediate family, my brother, my sister, and maybe my first cousin, your second cousin, third cousin, everybody's family. If you have any sort of like little relation somewhere, your ancestors were related somehow, your family. So when I go back, they'll be like, oh, this is your cousin, this is your sister. We don't even really say cousins. We don't say cousins in Uganda. We'll say like, this is your sister from this is your brother from this family, this is your uncle from this is your dad. You don't have just one dad in Uganda. So as I was saying, in a Ugandan family, everybody is your family. Your cousins are your brothers and sisters. We don't have the word cousin really. And your uncles are, your dad's brothers are your dads. And your mum's sisters are your mums. Everybody is basically family. And especially with this whole clan thing in Uganda where you belong to a clan, like I'm of the elephant clan, so everybody in the elephant clan is basically, I guess, my relatives, and I can't marry anybody from the elephant clan. And you basically take, sorry, I had to fix up, you basically take your dad's clan because you are your father's child. So my clan on my dad's side is elephant, so it's called Njovu, an elephant, and I can't marry anybody within the elephant clan, whether we're blood related or not.
No, not.
Whereas in the UK,
yeah, times have changed. It's become a bit more self-centric, individualism focused. So I think people, and I think a lot of people move away from their hometowns a lot more, and so you kind of lose touch with your family a bit more, and maybe not your immediate family. I think most people are still very close to their immediate family, but your extended family you might only see you know, a handful of times a year at certain occasions, you know, maybe the summer, maybe Christmas, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, and it is partly based on where you live. It's not, you know, like my family live up north, so it's not always feasible my extended family for me to travel up there every few weeks to have a visit, because, well, they've got their own stuff going on as well. So but yeah, I think it's just, and I think the main thing is just I think it's the whole sense of community within Western society being lost compared to like Asian and African and even like South American. Is like, you know, people don't even know their neighbours that you know, worse in London because people move around all the time. Like in Oxford, we were very close with some of our neighbours. Other neighbours, there could be 2 doors up the road and you could have been living there for 10 years.
We don't know any of our
and you
neighbours
just
here.
Don't even know them.
Yeah, we don't.
But yeah,
we know one.
Yeah, and like I know my immediate family and my extended family in terms of my aunts and uncles and cousins, but like second cousins, never met them. I wouldn't be able to pick them out of a crowd. Like, I've seen pictures of them a couple of times, but I honestly couldn't tell you who they are. Yeah, it's just not.
You're on your own in the UK.
It's just not. It's not the done thing to have that breadth of relationship across your family. I'm sure it is for some people, but yeah, it just doesn't seem as in you have that close connection. Right
guys, that brings us to the conclusion of our video. We've told you a few of our cultural differences. I don't know, but we've probably left a hell of a lot more out. Maybe we'll do another video with other cultural, I guess, differences. But that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it, because we enjoyed it and we had lots of fun. And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys. Bye.